Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I'm heading to the airport to pick up a rental car. While I'm waiting for the bus, I'm buying my ticket in the app. It's really convenient, just a couple of taps and it's done. The car is rented, I've got the keys and now I'm heading to the parking lot to find it. I'm driving to Helsinki tomorrow, so having a car will make this trip much easier. And here it is, the little red one. It's actually my first time renting a car here in Finland. Usually I only rent one when I'm traveling abroad, so doing it at home feels a little unusual. But I guess there is a first time for everything. It was definitely an early start today. I've already driven around 160 kilometers from home, and the weather has changed several times already, from rain to sunshine and back again. Typical Finnish summer. Even though it's the middle of the season, it's still quite cold outside. This year hasn't really felt like a proper summer, but some years are just like that. I'm making a quick stop to grab something to eat before getting back on the road. I didn't have time for breakfast before leaving this morning, so this feels like the perfect moment to take a short break. I also didn't get a chance to do my makeup earlier, so I will do it now while I'm still not too far away from Helsinki. Let me show you everything I brought with me. First, I have my Christian Dior makeup bag. With all of my brushes, a makeup sponge and an eyelash curler. Then I packed this small pouch with micellar water and cotton pads, just in case I need to fix anything. I also brought another Michael Kors pouch with a few essentials. Painkillers, allergy tablets, moisturizer, eye drops, and a mouth freshening spray. Of course, I packed my Tangle Teezer hairbrush. These are my polar sunglasses. They are polarized, which makes driving much more comfortable, although using a phone screen with them can be a bit frustrating. I also have some tissues and antibacterial wipes. My Apple Watch charger came with me as well. For sun protection, I packed my Cosrx SPF cream and the Garnier SPF spray. And here is my little card holder. It has my bank cards, keys, some cash, coins, and even a tiny mirror with a foldable hairbrush inside. Finally, let's take a look inside my Dior makeup bag. For eyeshadow, I brought this Catrice palette. The shades are beautiful, very versatile and the pigmentation is surprisingly good. For my base, I packed the Luminous CC cream in shade 0.25 together with the Essence Fixing Spray. For my lips, I brought the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Bit of Honey. For bronzer, I'm using the liquid one from Essence. For my brows, I packed the Lumine Brow Shaping Wax in the shade Blonde. I also brought the Essence Liquid Blush. For my eyes and lips, I packed 2 Essence pencils. My mascara is the waterproof one from BBIA in the brown shade. Last but not least, I packed some oil blotting papers for later in the day, along with a couple of hair clips to keep my hair out of the way while I'm doing my makeup. Doing your makeup in the car is definitely a little challenging, even though the roads here in Finland are smooth and comfortable to drive on. And just like that, I've made it to Helsinki. A little over 600 kilometers later, I'm finally here. I finished everything I came here to do, so now I have a bit of free time before heading back home. That means I can slow down for a while, walk around the city and stop by Stockmann for a little shopping. It's already time to head back to Oulu. The day went by so quickly, but I'm really glad I made this trip. I managed to do everything I had planned. Enjoyed a little time in the city and somehow avoided the rain all day, which feels like a small miracle this summer. By the time I get home, this journey will be around 1,200 kilometers in total. I have to say, traveling around Finland during summer always feels different. Even though this year has been much colder than usual, everything is so green and full of life. The forests, the lakes, the wildflowers along the roads. It's such a beautiful time of year to be here. After months of snow and long winters, it's nice to see everything blooming again. Long drives feel much more enjoyable when the scenery outside is constantly changing. Look who I found! A little rabbit. It was so quick that I barely had time to see it before it disappeared. So tiny and so fluffy. 18 hours later, I'm finally back home. It's been a long day, but it was definitely worth it. I still have some time before returning the rental car, so I decided to stop by a shop. This time I'm looking for something completely different, a small plant for my desk. I've had quite a few plants before, but unfortunately none of them survived. After that, I took a little break from buying any new ones. Now I feel ready to give it another try. I've read that having plants around can help reduce stress, improve your mood, and even make it easier to focus while working. Whether that's completely true or not, I just enjoy having a little bit of greenery nearby. I think this one will be coming home with me. For now, I will keep it in this small container and see how it does over the next couple of weeks. If it settles in well and stays happy, I will buy it a proper pot later. And now I'm back home. My peonies are finally in full bloom and they are absolutely beautiful. I thought it would be nice to show you everything I picked up during this trip to Helsinki. Before we start, I have to say goodbye to this makeup bag. I didn't notice it while I was packing, but it started falling apart. It's shedding tiny white pieces everywhere, so I think it's finally reached the end of its life. The first thing I picked up is this silicone applicator from NYX. It's designed to work like a makeup sponge, but because it's covered with silicone, it shouldn't absorb the product. That means less waste and hopefully it's much easier to clean as well. I'm giving it a quick try with my Lumine CC cream and it's interesting to see how little product is left on the applicator compared to a regular sponge. I will definitely need to test it a bit more, but so far I really like the idea. Next is this lip gloss from Kiko in shade 05. The color instantly reminded me of my peonies. It's soft, delicate, and full of sparkle. Let's take a closer look at the applicator. It looks really comfortable to use. And the shimmer, it's beautiful. Now I completely understand why these glosses have become so popular. They are affordable, they look stunning, and the quality feels really nice. I can't wait to wear it properly. The biggest purchase from this trip is this handheld steamer from Philips. I've never owned a steamer before, so I'm curious to see how it compares to using a regular iron. It even comes with a heat protection glove, which is a nice little extra. The steamer itself feels surprisingly compact and lightweight. I could even see myself taking it on a trip. The water tank does look a little small, but I will have to use it a few times before I can really share my thoughts. And of course, here's the little plant I showed you earlier. For now, I've placed it on top of this IKEA container lid, just to protect my desk from any extra water or soil. I'm really hoping this one stays with me for a while. Hopefully my luck with houseplants has finally changed. I also picked up a couple of basic clothing pieces from Lager 157. The first one is this spaghetti strap top with delicate lace along the neckline. It also has an extra layer of fabric in the front, which makes it feel a little more comfortable to wear. And I couldn't resist this color, it reminds me so much of my peonies. The second piece is a simple t-shirt from the same shop. Nothing too special, just a classic round neckline and short sleeves, but again, the color immediately caught my eye. Apparently, I was unintentionally shopping with my flowers in mind. And that's everything I brought home from Helsinki. This trip was exactly what I needed, with university waiting for me again. I'm really grateful I took this little trip. Sometimes even one day away is enough to come back with a clearer mind. Thank you so much for spending this couple of days with me. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the journey, and I will see you in my next one. And before you go, a small reminder. Keep going. You are getting there.